So I'm going to use Build Your Dream. I think it's kind of appropriate. What else is everyone using? Sandra?
I have Dream Catcher.
Oh, perfect.
I have Rose.
Oh, wow. White Angelica.
Ooh, la la.
Tina, sorry, what was
Abundant.
yours? Awesome. Robin, I can't see. Is that highest potential? No. Yeah? Okay, highest potential.
That's
all right. Let me just oil it up right now. And I'm going to share. So what I'm going to ask everyone is I'm going to probably mute everyone if that's okay. And then if you guys, if I could just ask someone, whether it be Meg, Liz, or someone, if you guys see questions, if you could just like in the chat, or if someone raises their hand, if you could just come off mute and notify me, because I won't be able to see everything. So perfect. So forgive me if you're not, if I can't mute you, if you can just mute yourself as well, just so we don't get feedback. That'd be awesome. And someone's loving your hat. I love it. Perfect. Okay. So let me share my screen with you guys. And we'll start. Okay. And I know, and I apologize, I know Marilyn and a few others had messaged me that there's some people that are unable to make it right now, but we'll try to do this again, and I'll record this so that way they can see it anyway afterwards as well. So just so you guys know, so. Perfect. So let's see here. Okay. All right. So I'm so grateful that you guys were able to come. Sorry, I'm just gonna grab this and join us today. I know in these times it's everything is different, you know, and we don't know our schedules from day to day sometimes. And though we're all quarantined and everything like that, you know, there's still lots to do with regards to gardening and just being outside or enjoying our family. So I just want to say thank you for joining us today and for just seeing what this opportunity may or may not be. And as I wrote here, you know, it might be a plan B, right? So, or some people call it a side hustle or whatever that may be. So we're just here and I'm open to questions. I'm just going to ask if you could just write them down and we'll just do it at the end. And we also have someone who will be speaking about their experiences as well, about the Young Living business and sharing. So what do we do? So basically, you know, we work with a wellness company and we're a community that supports a healthy lifestyle. We believe the body can heal itself, again, when supported through whole foods, clean water, daily movement, and with the healing power of plants. And so we have many examples. We have thousands and thousands of people on our team. And of course, Young Living is over 6 million people now. So we have many examples of the power of this and the power of plants and doing all these wonderful things of healthy, green, and clean lifestyle. So we help guide families to the education and resources, right? For them to start replacing their products that they already have in their house, that they're already using every single day, that may contain synthetic or dangerous ingredients, and we help them to find solutions or swap them out for safer alternatives. Our focus is to empower people like yourselves to take back and support your own health and of course your family's health in both an emotional, physical, and of course financially as well. We do have an amazing tribe, and I think a lot of you guys that are joining us with us right now are on our tribe or have been asked, you know, to come look at this presentation from a member of our tribe. And so I just want to give a huge shout out to all our whole team. I love you guys. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I know you do everything you do when you share with people. It's from your heart, and I think that's why people actually really resonate with our team. It's really, you guys have made that decision to take ownership of your health, your home, and of course, help support the communities. And you are just completely awesome. And you just have such a positive impact in the world around you. So this is us. As you can see, I'm sorry, I think maybe my little screen, I'm going to put this down. This is my husband and I and my people with regards to my parents, our dogs. We have a new dog, but he's just under the table right now having a little snooze. This is, you know, this is my happy place and the respect of how everything has come together in the last 7 years for us, whether it be attending, you know, going to the farms and getting on the Platinum Retreat, which is absolutely amazing, or buying our dream home and putting in a pool, or spending time with my parents. We went to Alaska on the Global Leadership Cruise. There's so many things here, building community of, and just having fun. As you can see, that is my favorite picture because it's just so funny in the left-hand corner here for me. And really, it just, every time I see it, I just put a big smile on my face, because it just reminds me of how much fun we have when our community is together. And with that, you know, this is Anna Maya. I know she posted this publicly, so I am sharing it. But I really love what she posted here. You know, 30 years ago, I made a decision. Everyone tried to talk me out of it. You know, today I live a life I could only dream of. Have you made a decision like that? So for me, like that really, when I saw this post and I was like, wow, you know, this is so true. This is exactly my story. It's not 30 years ago. It's only 7, but a lot of people did try to talk me out of it, and they might do that to you too. But you know what? I am so grateful that I just continued on, because I knew for me, this was the right way to go, to have a healthy lifestyle, to build a community around me of like-minded people. And here are some of our community. You know, every year we host an event. This is one of the events. I think this was maybe 2017. And for me, it's just so important to just have fun and just build that community of like-minded people where we can share and help each other and just have fun. As you can see, we have a lot of fun. And for me, that's what community is all about. It's actually, not only are we sharing the lifestyle and how to use products and how to support each other at different stages, but it's also where we can help others generate income. And whether you want to generate an extra $100 or $500 or $1,000 a month, whatever your desire is, this community, I mean, obviously there's maybe just a few hundred here, but this community, sorry, my printer's going off here. Let's see, I turned off. But this community is about really helping each other, and it's about you know, doing cross-line things, helping with the concerns, and also asking you, what are your business goals? And let's provide some tools like this webinar here on how you can help you know, make those goals happen. And again, we're with you where you're at. You know, I find some people don't understand the difference between, you know, network marketing, and we'll get into that in a second, and a traditional job. And I don't think they understand that, you know, everyone has a different goal, especially in network marketing, actually in all careers. And our job and is to really just guide you and help give you the resources to get to that goal that you want. Not the goal that I want, or not the goal that maybe someone else wants, is to the goal that you want. So really, it just, our community is all about support and engagement. So what would you do if you could control your time? You know, what would you want out of life? And are you currently doing that now? And I think a lot of people, when they think about this, they might not even have an understanding of what that means. What for me is, time is our only limited commodity. What does that mean? That money can come and go, you know, relationships can come and go, other businesses can come and go, but really time just goes, right? You know, there's no coming back, unfortunately, unless we have a time machine, which, you know what, maybe in the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 100 years, whatever, that might be the case, but right now we don't. And so most people really sacrifice and postpone everything until retirement. I hear this all the time. Okay, well, we'll travel when we're retired. We'll do this when we're retired. We'll build this when we're retired. And I think most people can, you know, if you even just think back to your parents or even yourself at that stage, is that not what we said? It's so true, right? Time is the only thing that once you spend it, you never get it back. And so this is actually really important for me as a person who's trying to think about not only this business, but my life and how do I want to handle my life. So I pulled some interesting like pictures off, you know, of course, the internet. And these are dated. There's, I just, again, quickly just tried to find an article where the headline was important. These stats actually are no better today, which is unfortunate. And of course, these are American, but Canadian is just the same, that many Americans and Canadians are just one paycheck away from being on the street, which is very sad. And especially right now when, you know, so many people are out of work, that is a real legit thing going on right now, right? Many Americans, 62% of Americans and Canadians really can't cover unexpected expenses. So before, I think way back when, a lot of people put some money aside, but they also, it's not even about putting money aside anymore. It's about just the cost of living. The cost of living has gone up, right? And there's, you know, unfortunately, the salaries now don't really reflect the actual cost of living. And I look at so many millennials that, you know, even in my own family, that are struggling just to afford a house. And I'm sure a lot of people have heard this, like house poor, right? Where literally all your money goes into a house because that's all you can afford right now. And then you live, again, paycheck to paycheck. But should that roof or something happen, you might not be able to afford that. And that is not, you know, really the ideal situation that, of course, that we want to be in. That's a lot of stress on everyone and the whole family, not just the one person. So when I said there's a time for plan B, maybe this is it, right? And this is maybe where we're going to go here, is that entrepreneurship. I'm just going to move this, sorry. Oh, I apologize. Just trying to move my thing here. So entrepreneurship is basically the #1 choice for Canadians who want more out of their careers. There's a lot of surveys going on now, of course, about whether people want to be their own boss or not, right? So 32% of Canadians like the idea of being their own boss. I'm one of them. I absolutely love that idea. 20% want to start their own businesses within 5 years. And maybe with everything going on, that stat might be a little bit higher now, right? So on average, 150,000 new small businesses are created in Canada each year. That's quite a bit. 51% of those new businesses survive past 5 years. And I would say, you know, maybe now, obviously, I know a lot of small businesses are struggling. And whereas our business right now is thriving, and you'll find out why in a second. So I really love this quote. I'm sure you've seen it many times. Entrepreneurship is living a few years of your life like most people won't, so you can spend the rest of your life like most people can't. I absolutely love that that quote, because it actually resonates exactly with what I've done in my business, and I hope that resonates with you as well. So, why do we love the Young Living opportunity? I'm gonna see if I can just do this here for a sec. Sorry. So why do we love the Young Living opportunity? Well, #1, we have unmatched quality and experience. And I really love sharing this picture because this is my husband and I. Again, you've seen this just once before, but this is actually on our farm in Croatia. And this is our helichrysum. And we are a part of that. So when we talk about experience, I love Young Living because we can actually go to the farms and actually experience the planting, the distillation, and everything. Young Living has way over 26 years of experience. We just put 26 years because that's actually when the Young Living name, corporate name, was created. But the scientists and the Gary Young and all the different people associated with Young Living, they've had way more than 26 years of experience, 30 and 40 and 50 years, depending on the people. And we are the proven world leader in essential oils. A lot of people utilize that name just as a tagline. But when the United States government and in France, when they had their issues with the lavender that it was all wiped out, they didn't go to any other company. they went to Young Living. And Young Living is the world leader in essential oils because we have a global presence. We have been around the longest, and we actually own things. We don't just own warehouses and bottling facilities. We actually own the plants, as you can see my husband and I holding, and we plant them in our fields, and we do distillation, we do everything. And it's really true. We have the most purest, most potent, and effective products. And I consider it plant power. You know, I call it authentic plant power. It's because we have the key constituents that we need in our plants to make them effective and potent. And that's actually the number one thing when people ask, you know, why can't Young Living just produce all their GCMM specs, GCMS, which is basically the specs of all our plants? Well, it's because we have very key values that we reach with our constituents within each plant. And so what key constituents means is kind of like H2O, right? So you have hydrogen and oxygen. So you have different constituents in the plants as well. And each constituent will do a different thing in that plant for you or for whatever reason. So I really love that about Young Living, that if you go to the farm, you can see all that data, but they just don't want it posted online because maybe some people might be utilizing it. So we also have over 1,000 different products. And of course, it's backed by our seed to seal quality guarantee. Seed to seal just means that we actually control the whole process. Again, we just don't have warehouses. What we have is everything from the seed. We have a whole warehouse that we have heritage seeds, organic seeds that we utilize. And we actually will take from the crop to we section out certain parts of our crops to make sure we always have our seeds, and we always have those really key constituents in those plants. And that's what makes Young Living so special. When people pick up a peppermint from a retail store or from other competitors, and then they smell ours or frankincense or even peppermint, there is a significant difference in how that person feels that oil. And that's actually what makes Young Living so special. I have so many people that come to us, they can smell the difference. They can feel the difference. And that is why Young Living is known as the world leader. Before I go on, I just wanted to point out the picture in the right-hand side at the top there. A lot of people ask all the time, why do we use pink sometimes for Blue Spruce Club? Why don't we use blue? And I think it's funny because that is actually blue spruce essential oil, and blue spruce, as you can see, is pink. And a lot of people don't know that. And so that's one reason why we use pink. But I just thought I'd share that with you because, again, these are pictures that we've experienced. We can see, we can go and literally crack that where the oil is and pour out the oil into our bottles. And the purity of it is just so important. So again, I really love this quote from Gary Young, which is the founder of Young Living. You can't just say you're the world leader, you do have to prove it. And Young Living has proven that for over 26 years and will continue to prove that for time and time again. Again, I talked about having a global presence. We continue every year to have more farms across the globe because, of course, we understand to get high grade, really truly authentic, pure essential oils that actually have proper medicinal properties, that we actually have to go to different countries where they have different climatic conditions, different soil types, different everything, in order for that to grow in the optimal conditions so we can actually get the optimal essential oil out. So again, as we continue to grow, and Young Living does, we will find more and more farms, which we have continued to do, which is wonderful. Okay, so number 2, the products are for everyone and they're also consumable. So again, why do we love the Young Living opportunity? Well, our products are for anything from newborns to teenagers, young adults, parents, my 94-year-old grandmother, and including all types of animals, whether it be dogs, cats, horses, whatever it is actually good for them. Plus, we also have a large target market because of that, obviously. And we can also niche in, which I'm sure hopefully you guys know what that means. It means kind of you can narrow in to a specific market. So if you're a mama out there and you want to focus on targeting and focusing on other young moms, you have the tools necessary and the products there. If you're an animal lover, just like this here, you know, and you're into horses, we have tons of products for horses and animals that are really wonderful. If you're into beauty or whatever that may be, we can create those niche markets for you. Or again, you can just be very broad in general. So the other thing that why we love Young Living is because the product is a need versus a want. And I think if you look at other direct sales or again, network marketing companies, what you'll find is that not always, especially in these times, it's very clear to understand what is deemed an essential service and what isn't. So, and I'm not trying to say anything negative about any other direct sales, but there's certain things like clothing as an example, or jewelry as an example. I actually do buy those from direct sale companies, so I'm not trying to say anything negative, but they would not necessarily be deemed an essential service. But a company like ours who produce products to help improve people's well-being would be deemed and is deemed an essential service. So what does that mean is that Young Living products basically are in people's homes. They're safer, healthier options, of course, but it's things that they have to purchase and replace on a monthly basis. And they're deemed essential because they are truly health products. And in Canada here, we have actually natural health product approvals. So we have tons of products that are regulated as natural health products that are deemed essential. And that is why we are still open and actually continuously open for business because of that reason. The other thing I want to say is it's important to know that when we're talking about products, this is a product that people are already using in their homes. As an example, cleaners, right? Everyone cleans their home, especially right now. Everyone has soaps, right? So again, replacing harsh cleaners with things like our Thieves household cleaner or harsh soaps with that things that have like triclosan in them, which again, Google that. I'm not going to go into it, but we have, again, lots of different hand soaps that you can use. We have skincare. We also have nutritional products, whether it be our Ninja Red juice or our variety of supplementation that we have, which are phenomenal. Online shopping is also super easy and convenient. I think if I look at Amazon, you know, they are a multi-billion, probably even trillion-dollar company. And why is that? Is because people are going to more online shopping. So it's convenient, and it really is something that I think from this year and going beyond this year, it's going to be probably the top way people are going to be purchasing things. Because even I know I'm out in the country a little bit. I shop online more now than I ever have before. And it is super convenient to pay whatever, $8 or $12, depending on what it is, to get something shipped to my house versus going out and finding something that is not exactly what I want. Whereas I can find the exact thing I want online and get that shipped right to me. So again, the product is a need versus just a nice to have or a want. So retention rate. I put this in here because of the slide before. Retention rate just means kind of basically how many people, once they purchase, that they stay on and continuously purchasing. The industry standard is about 15%. We are significantly higher, and I'm just not allowed to release the number, but I'll just let you know it's high, very high. And the reason for that is just exactly what I said before. We are a need versus a want or a nice to have. So when we are making our purchases, we're doing that instead of, I call it transfer buying. So instead of actually buying at the local store product, I actually buy it through Young Living. And I actually end up saving a lot more money along the way. And that's why our retention rates are so high. So the people that understand that will actually utilize our Essential Rewards program and be rewarded for buying on a regular basis. So this is actually really important for business because, again, there's a lot of companies that are direct sales that, you know, you buy once and you really don't need to buy for like 3, 4, 5 years, whatever the product may be. or there's only so many pieces of jewelry, or there's only so many certain, clothing that you can purchase, right? So it's important to know, what company you're gonna, if you're gonna choose a direct sales company or network marketing company, that this is really important to know, and what you should be looking for. So because you guys are joining us today, I wanted to offer you just a quick little simple swaps tip sheet. If you go to bluespruce.club, again, after this call or after this webinar, if you go to the bottom of the page, you'll see this little block that says newsletter. If you just enter your email in, we send out a newsletter once a month. So as thanks for joining here, and of course for joining our newsletter, I will be gifting you guys our simple swaps cheat sheet. And you can print it off, you can use it, put it in your fridge or whatever you need to do. But you can see how many different things that we do swap out. And again, do we do it all in one day? No, or 1 month. But over the years, I've changed things like our toothpastes, our cleaners, our supplements, like our vitamin C, because they're oil infused and we absorb more. I change things out like our beauty care, or so many different things, our seedlings line for babies, right? So there's so many different things that you can do. All right, so number 4 of why we love our Young Living opportunity. There is a small upfront investment and a very low risk, actually. So when you compare it to a traditional business, if you're actually doing Young Living as a business, 99% of the people buy what we call a premium starter kit. It's basically just under 200 bucks. And so if you think about it, for a business, that's pretty low, right? A typical startup business is a minimum of 60,000. I say minimum because I think most are in the hundreds. And then of course you have thousands in monthly overhead costs, inventory, and there's years to break even. Young Living, again, why we consider it low risk is because 2 reasons. 1, it's $200. And the second thing is that it's low risk is because Young Living covers everything that a typical big, smaller business would have to cover. As an example, sourcing, testing, research, shipping, inventory, customer service. We literally are, what makes us special and what Young Living utilizes us for is making that connection. We are that connection from Young Living to the consumer. So we are kind of that connection point in between. And when you're just basically bringing a product to help support other families, that's actually what makes you successful. It's just you're speaking to others, showing them that there's a different way. And Young Living basically puts 40% of all their sales that goes to the distributors. So instead of having this huge marketing plan and doing commercials that cost millions of dollars, they're utilizing us as their commercial. We basically are their commercial. And so that's actually why Young Living I'm just gonna move this over here. Young Living has focused on this type of business plan, which is network marketing, or direct sales is what it's called. Direct sales is a results-based business. What does that mean? It means that if you are just at home and you don't do anything, the likelihood of you actually making an income is 0 or pretty close to 0. The reason why is because that's why what's results-based is you put in the effort and then the results show. But if you don't put in the effort and do things that produce income, like hosting classes like this, or going out and talking to people, or calling people, or wearing the product and having people talk to you about it, then you're really not going to produce that income. So I really love that, because I'm also results-based in the respect that I think it's important that we do need to put in some effort in order to get something out of that. So if we just simply share the product we love, we would buy it anyway. So this is, again, why I consider it very low risk as well. If I put in the $200, I'm not actually just putting in $200 and saying, okay, let's make $1 million, right? Like, that's not how this works. What I'm doing is I'm putting in $200 to buy that kit. And guess what? I'm getting $200 worth of product back. Actually, it's almost $400 if I were to actually show the retail pricing of that. So for me, there's no loss. If I choose to do this business, great, high five. I rock out with, the income I produce. If I don't choose to do the business, I still have a $200, actually a $400 really, oils kit that I can use for my family's health and wellness. And so there's zero loss in this, right? So that's why I consider it very low risk. You're not putting in thousands of dollars and getting back nothing. You're putting in $200 and getting back a $400 kit of oils that you can use for your family. And as a bonus, if you share with people, then you can make an income. So timing is so important right now. So network marketing is literally geared for growth. We actually, in times of recession, and you can Google this, you don't have to believe me, in times of recession, people are looking for network marketing companies, and they thrive actually in times of recession. Do I think we'll be heading into that? There is a high likelihood that we are, based off of the numbers being presented and everyone out of work right now, and that type of thing. It's not a thing that, it's not worth taking advantage. It's just actually over the years, it's been proven that network marketing is recession proof. Is actually, if you Google that, you'll come up with lots of data to show that. So why is timing so important? So right now, 69% of people are looking for natural products to improve their lives. 48% of people have actually used essential oils. We are an essential oil company that has oil infused products. So that's very important. 7% of those people who have used essential oils have never heard of Young Living. So this is actually really important, that we actually have such a big base that we can use, and we can, I've heard the word saturated. Well, we have, I think in Young Living Canada, if I remember correctly, someone said like 100,000 or maybe 200,000 people, whatever it is, it's a low number in compared to how many people are in Canada alone. Never mind, we're actually a global market, so we actually have the whole globe to deal with. But anyways, one of the most popular ways of people finding out about natural products is actually coming from a recommendation from a friend. So what do we do in direct sales? We are recommending a product that we absolutely love and use on our family because it has worked for us, and we are recommending that to a friend or family. So again, this method is twice as common as referring via an advertisement. So it's 50% more valuable to actually recommend to a friend or family to utilize a product than for us to watch it online, like on a advertising or on TV. So, and I just like this at the bottom here. So direct sales is on pace to generate over $1.5 trillion in sales over the next 5 years, and $40 billion in commissions. That's, wow. I really love this chart, and sorry, I know it's a little blurry. So these are stats. A lot of people, they push people to go into, like, say, hockey or football, or even the music industry, or I want to be a superstar, right? For the movie industry. Well, look at actually the industry. These are industry stats. So the NFL, 9.5 billion. These are annually, right? Organic products, 91 billion. We have organic products, right? Beyond organic, actually. Look at the movie industry, 80 billion. Network marketing, as you can see, is right in the middle of there, is 167 billion. And actually, I was able to get an even updated stat. We're actually at 178 billion. And probably it's even higher now, but those are the stats I was able to pull. Wow, that is pretty phenomenal in my opinion. So maybe instead of pushing everyone to, let's be the next NFL player, or let's be the next movie star, if I had children, I would definitely be coaching them and showing them these numbers to say, sweetie, like the industry, look at where this is going, and look at the potential, right? That's what I'm trying to show you today, is the potential. So again, now is the time. The essential oils market share is expected to reach 9.8 billion by 2020. What year are we in right now? 2020. So basically $10 billion is just the essential oil market. Do you want to be a part of that market? I know I do. and I definitely will be for the rest of my life. Not only because of the income potential and what I'm actually already making, but because I understand that if I, again, put in a little effort, I'm going to get a bigger reward in the long run. And if I look at Anna Maya's quote, she's been doing this for 30 years. That's pretty amazing. To do something for 30 years is just phenomenal, right? And thinking about that, if she gave up in the first year or the second year, how different would her life be? So again, why do we love Young Living? Because number 6, because we have unlimited earning potential. So if you treat I'm sure, again, this is a quote that thousands of people see every day, but I don't think they understand it. If you treat your business like a business, you will get paid like a business. If you do not treat your business like a business, no one says this though, that you will not get paid. So the key thing is, if you show up to work and do nothing for months on months on months on end, do you expect your employer to give you a check of, whatever it is, $4,000 a month? Or if you showed up and actually worked your 9 to 5 or whatever that might be, will you get paid? Of course. But I don't expect my employer to give me money when I'm just sitting there doing nothing, right? So that's actually the thing that I think this is where network marketing really gets its bad name sometimes, is that people think they can be a millionaire with doing nothing or doing very little. No, that's not true. You can be a millionaire if you put in the effort, if you put in the work, if you actually do things on a consistent basis. So it's really, you do the work and you get rewarded. That's really how this system works. There's as simple as that. You don't put in the work, you don't get rewarded. Like, that's normally how that works, right? Anyways, I stress that a little bit because a lot of people, again, you're going to look at my salary because we are a diamond team. And I want to stress this because a lot of people think, again, that it's not possible, or because I thought the same as you. When I started out, I actually started out with this Little Thief spray, I'll show you, and premium starter kit. I didn't buy the premium starter kit until the next month, basically. But I started off with this Little Thief spray. And so for me, I started off just like you. I was a product user. I literally told the person who enrolled me, please don't talk to me about business. And I think I can see some of you guys on here, and I know I've had these conversations with you, and you can put up your hand if you want. Yeah, I see some smiling. You're like, I don't want to do the business, right? Well, exactly. So you know what? I understand that, because I was that same person. I literally said to that person, I have a full-time job. I make very good money with the Ministry of Environment. I'm good. I have pension benefits. Don't even ask me. And you know what? I think most of us that say that kind of laugh about it afterwards, going, what was I thinking, right? I could have started sooner. Like that's what I was thinking. Anyways, so whether your goal is to earn like an extra $100, $300, $6,000, $10,000, $20,000, whatever it is a month, you have the opportunity to generate that. It's also, are you willing to do the work for that? And also, are you willing to take the time? Because again, we do have people that can just rock it out and just hit a certain rank, as you can see on the side here, like gold or platinum or diamond within like a year or two. That's just not the norm. And I'll go through some of the math in a sec. But if you had to work for a few years to make that, how awesome would that be? So I really love this chart. I forget who made it. I have it down here, but this is just showing what the top best paying jobs are. And I believe this is 2015 rates. So again, to be a doctor, a gynecologist, or a surgeon, you're making some pretty good money. These are US funds, by the way, on both sides. So you're making 188,000 and change, right? Or a dentist, 150,000. These are annually, of course. To hit gold or platinum, diamond, Royal Crown diamond, these are also annual salaries. And I'll show you the math in a second. But what I'm just trying to show here is how many hundreds of thousands of dollars do people spend to become a surgeon? And how many years? I'm not just talking 4, it's 4 plus probably 10, or I don't even know how long anymore, it's many years, right? Because they have to go through residency, and they have to go through not only their normal degree, undergrad degree, but then they have to go through their doctorate or whatever, again, depending specialty things that we have here. So what I'm just trying to show you is people strive for 15 years, sometimes 10 to 15 years, and hundreds of thousands of dollars in schooling to get to these jobs, to become a physician, to become a lawyer, to become whatever that may be. And you know what? If you look at the salary, after working this Young Living business consistently, I made platinum in year 4. So as you can see, after 4 years of doing this business, I was equivalent or pretty close to equivalent to what these other top people paying jobs are. It's not that I had to put in and invest hundreds of thousands of dollars and 10 years of schooling, though I do have, my, of course, my degree, but my degree has no impact on actually this business at all, to be honest. It's probably a negative in some ways because everyone thinks I'm the expert, right? But I'm not. You know, I know this much of this, you know, the whole world, right? So this is just to put it in perspective because I don't think people really understand. A lot of people, again, you'll hear the 40, 40, 40. You work 40 years of your life to get, you know, why work 40 years of your life to make only 40% back when you can actually work? If you worked Young Living in 40 years, my gosh, you would be Royal Crown Diamond. And that residual income would continuously go and go and go. And we're going to talk about that in a second. So basically we're saying here, how much is your time worth? Right? So Canadians can expect to see an average salary raise of 2.3% in the next year, again, according to some employers. The inflation rate is 2.1. There's a very little margin there of like actually living expenses, right? Of how you are actually going to live a fulfilled life. And so I call this my 10-year plan here, right? So I'm going to move this so you guys can all see it. So can I move this over here? Maybe not. Okay, here. So here's our 10-year plan. So I've done the math for you because I'm a math person, as you guys know. My background's in science, right? But I got 110 in math, you can imagine. I always did the extra work. I guess I'm that person. But anyways, so this is the average, this is our income disclosure statement. And this is the average months to achieve different ranks. And I always go for the average because the 1%ers, like I said, are high five, amazing, you know, have at her. And, you know, I'm not that. I think I'm the average and I am okay to be average. I love being average because that's realistic, right? So I look at the average income for each rank that we have. And then I also look at the average time it takes. So these are in months. So I've converted to years to make my words easier. So what this is saying is to reach star, which is about $948. These are, by the way, US income. So you make almost $1,000 per year after being in Young Living for a year. Hey, that's not too bad. Senior star, again, you're looking at 1.5 years, and you're probably earning per year about 3,000 American. And the list goes on. When we hit to silver, you'll notice there's a big jump between executive and silver from about 6,500 to 26,600 per year. And that takes just under 3 years. Then we hit gold, which is kind of where I showed you before, right? Gold is where we start getting into really awesome money. And that takes about 4.5 years to earn about 72,000 American. That's actually pretty nice. Where we hit platinum is even more, right? So the average person, it takes 5.25 years to earn about 176,000 American. So this is where the real money starts. Where I actually shifted my brain was when I actually started to, this is actually the chart that really opened my eyes up. I worked for the Ministry of Environment and I love them, so I'm not saying anything bad, but I worked for them for 11 years. If I actually put in the same amount of effort I did working in my education and my time I did working for the Ministry of Environment for 11 years, if you look at that number at the bottom below, this is the average. So the average person that continuously works their Young Living business, again, they actually have to work it, not just not do anything. If they continuously work it and share and teach and just share their heart and just want to promote the product that has done so much good for them, in about 11 years, basically 10 to 11 years, they are earning, again, on average, about $1.7 million a year. So again, is that everyone? No, but it is the average, which is very interesting looking at the averages. So am I okay to earn just $1,000 a year? Absolutely. Is my goal was a little bit different. I wanted to make sure that I was earning more than my current salary, and because I had to include pension and benefits. And this was a discussion my husband and I had when we were, deciding if I was going to quit my job. I had to make over $100,000 a year, or else it wouldn't be good for our family and our finances. Did I know I had to put in the time and effort? Absolutely. And that's what I did. And that's actually, again, and I met that. And now we're a diamond team, which is pretty amazing. And I'm just coming into my 7th year now, right? So these are not just made up numbers. These are actually numbers that are supplied to the government, especially in the States, to show all these different things. So these are hard, true numbers for Young Living people that are actually doing the business. So this is a chart that a lot of people like, and I like to show it, is that a lot of times people don't understand how Young Living is, and they think it's a get-rich-quick scheme or something like that, or a pyramid scheme, or all these different things that people say, which I think is funny, because I don't think people understand that a pyramid scheme is literally you give money and you get nothing in return, and that everyone builds on top of everyone else. And if you actually look at our organization, it's like this. It's up and down, because guess why? I'm actually doing better than the people above me just because I work the business consistently. And we have a lot of people in our team like that. We have people, way above the person above them. So if a pyramid is like this, and you actually, if you put in money and you get product back, which is what we do, we know that's not true, right? So the pyramid scheme is just an old notion. And, I don't think many people are holding that anymore. We are like Costco or like Amazon. You literally order online, or like Costco, you go to the store, you pick up a product, you go through the cash, and you pay, and you take that product home, and you know what? We're even better than Costco because there's no fee in Canada specifically. So you get wholesale pricing for actually free, for no actual cost, additional costs. So anyways, this chart just shows here that if you're working the business, typically a lot of network marketing, they're really gung-ho for the first year or two. And then of course they plateau because, they think the market's saturated, or, there's always an excuse that they make. Even though there's billions of people out there that are looking for healthier choices. So this is the traditional, the blue is the traditional line. Where Young Living is actually the purple line, is that actually we typically end up starting slower. So the income is a little bit lower, especially for the first year or two. But then after kind of year 3 and year 4, you build a huge momentum, and then it's astronomically different. Like it's exponentially different. And so this is actually where I want people to see, is that if you are continuous and steady and you actually do things, not just pretend, you actually do things, you're posting, you're doing classes are where it's at. Just let everyone know. You need to be active in your business and sharing with people, then you will see that growth. But if you don't, you actually might be like the blue line, and I'm go, but then I don't want to do anything more, and then I plateau, and then I'm out. And that's where most people quit, is they do not have the drive to continuously, and they don't have the foresight to see actually where the numbers are. In Young Living, the numbers really are in the back end, like in the respect of after year 3 or 4, that's where you see that exponential growth if you are continuously working it. And I want to keep stressing that point, because if you're not working the business, then just like, at a normal job, 9-to-5 job, if you show up and do nothing, eventually you're going to get fired because you're not doing anything, right? Young Living works like that in the respect you're not fired or anything. You can always restart, but you're not going to make an income, or it's going to be very small because you're not helping your team. You're not being duplicatable. People are looking to you to say, hey, what is that person doing? You know, are they doing online stuff? Are they doing in-person stuff? Are they going out and sharing and really educating and trying to just help people build a healthier life? Or are you not, right? And so the numbers will show what you're doing. So again, most people, this is from Tony Robbins. I think we all can say we love him, right? He's a really, like, he motivates me like crazy because he's just so much full of energy, right? Like, and you just, anyways, I get really excited, you know, when I see him. Okay, so most people overestimate what they can do in a year, but underestimate what they can do in 2 or 3 decades. That is literally what I just showed you right there. That you're going to overestimate, like, I'm going to make $1 million in a year, but then they don't think about, how about in year 10? I wonder, did Anna Maya and our other upline, Sabina, and all these other people that have been with Young Living for 20 years, did they think they'd be making $100,000 a month or $70,000 a month or even $40,000 a month, whatever it is? Did they foreshadow that? I'm not sure. But you know what? They stuck in it and they kept sharing, and eventually they're at that point. And you know what? That's absolutely amazing. But some people might even just want to make $30 or sorry, $300 a month. Whatever your goal is, that's what it is. But my point is, and just what Tony Robbins saying here, is that don't underestimate the long game, because that's where Young Living really is. Okay, number 8, we're kind of coming closer to the close here. So why do we love the Young Living opportunity? It's because it's a residual, or people call it a passive income opportunity, which means that income is earned repeatedly on work you did in the past, right? So if you are sharing with people and you're being duplicatable and you're showing them how to share and they're sharing, and as the thing goes, continuously goes and goes and goes, the more people you introduce and that they introduce, the faster it goes. And you know what? There's many times where I'm not finding new people. Like, there's many months in our years that I've been doing this. It's people maybe that I've talked to in 2015 that, you know, buy every so often and then they'll call me again. Or it's people that are just buying on a monthly basis, which is really the foundation for our whole team, our diamond team, is that people are buying on Essential Rewards because they know that it's a need product versus a want, right? They know that they want that Ninja Red. Like, I think 60% of the sales on our team are Ninja Red juice. Why? Because I think it's the best product and I share that with everyone. And because I probably have shared that with everyone, all these other people have probably shared that with everyone, because Ninja Red makes people feel so good, gives them energy. It really just is a whole body nutrition, right? And that's something that we drink and we use on a monthly basis. So again, this is things that we've taught over the years that now, though I teach it, I don't teach it as much as I did, but I still earn income. And this is something like, so we had, you know, a family, something happened in our family. And also even when my dog passed away, who was 19, and a lot of people, you know, understand who have had a dog for that long and they passed away. I literally needed like a month, you know, like I was so devastated and, you know, I needed time to heal. Guess what? I hardly did anything in that month, and maybe like a few posts here and there, not even on public social media, just in our groups. And I was still getting paid, and I was getting paid very well. Why? Because of all the work that we've done in the last 6 years or 5 years at that time. It's because all that work that I had put in and our team has put in of sharing, people were still doing things, right? People were still doing classes. I didn't have to hold them all. This is actually why we grow so fast, is because everyone else is doing classes. They're not just waiting for me to do a class, or Liz or Monia or whoever their leader is. They're taking initiative and just doing the class themselves. That's how you're going to grow, right? That's how your business is going to be successful, is if you take initiative and continuously do that. So a lot of people don't know this, but our businesses with Young Living are willable. That means if you are working and building your business, whether you're making $500 extra or like me, you know, the highest I've got paid so far is over $22,000 in the month. So I would not want that $22,000 to just go away. You know, say if I was in a tragic accident or not, that is income for my family that they use now and want. So for me, it's important to know that I can actually, and I do, have my business willed to my husband. And should we ever have kids, absolutely, I would will my business to my kids, because that's a lot of money that they can have such a wonderful life with, right? And it's not even about the things, buying the things, the cars or whatever. It's about being able to buy healthy foods and having healthy water and enjoying their lifestyle. And just having as best you can a stress-free lifestyle, right? So anyways, this is literally an asset, right? My business is an asset, and it is better than having life insurance, because all that person has to do, if I were to will this to my husband, he has to place a 100 PV order, which is about $150, to get that huge lump sum in the month end. And the reason why is because I've been working for 6 years, and our team has been working for 6 years to help build that asset. And you are no different than me. And that's one thing I want to make sure everyone knows. I am just like you guys. I just want to ensure that you guys know that. I started off as a distributor. Then I went to Star, and then I went to Senior Star, and then the list goes on. And now we're a diamond team. And the only difference maybe between you and I is I continuously work this business, and I don't work it from a perspective of this is hard, I don't want to do it anymore, people are saying no. I work around, okay, the next no, perfect, awesome. The next one's going to be a yes, you know, or I build confidence in the product because I've gone to the farms, over 8 farms I've been to now, and probably in total I've been to the farms at least 15 times because I've gone to farms multiple times. And so for me, I have 100 and 200% confidence in Young Living. So when someone comes to me and says something negative, I go, I've been to the farm, so don't tell me they don't have farms. Like, I've literally been there. Like, would you like to see pictures over 6 years? You know, or they'll say something silly. I'm like, you don't even know what that even means, do you? Right? So here, let me educate you, right? And I have just full confidence in the business, in multi-level marketing, because I know we are a success. And many, many, many people on our team are huge successes as well. One thing that, again, the Young Living opportunity also gives us is tax advantages. People, again, I've done lots of training, and we've actually have lots of material on this in our groups, like a webinar from an accountant who deals specifically with network marketing companies. You have no idea, even if you have a full-time salary now, to even just do a side hustle of Young Living, you will get back so much in taxes because you are normally using, like I am right now, a home office. So you can write off a portion of your home. You can write off your marketing materials, vendor shows, travel expenses, and your Young Living product, because you need to be able to show the product. You need to be able to pick up a bottle or a, you know, Thieves hand sanitizer or a spray or a supplement and say, hey, check this out, right? So there's so many awesome tax advantages that you can do. The other thing is, of course, the relationships and personal growth. And I think I saw a bunch of you guys, you can see your own faces in here. It's really about, and you know, there's Megan, I can see her face right there. Sorry, she's waving. This is her doing a presentation at our Ontario Experience Center. And I'm sure she was nervous about it. And she's like, see, this is real life, people. Okay, so she was nervous about it. But you know what? She practiced a little bit. She felt comfortable enough to get up there. And you know what? She did a phenomenal job. And that's how our team rolls. You know, this group here, I show you a picture at our home. This is from, you know, a leadership meeting that we had. We went to, again, now you can see Liz there and Monio's here. I'm not sure, I can't see anyone else who's on the call right now because it's truncated, but that's us literally on the farm in the distiller, you know, in the Northern Lights Black Spruce farm. So when people say they don't have farms, it's hilarious to me, right? Like I just kind of laugh, right? Anyways, and the picture in the middle, again, like I said, is one of my favorite pictures because it's just so much fun. We have a good time. So what I love about our team is that if you engage with our team, we're there to love on you and we're there to have fun. And if you don't, that's again, everyone teach their own on that. But I find we have so much training. We have, whether it be on the product or even business, we build tons of really great relationships, and it's really about showing up. If you don't show up, then that's what it is. And that's the same in this business. If you don't show up, well, maybe it's not really a business for you, right? But if you show up and you attend events and do certain things like that, you build that network and have fun with people. And that's really where, a lot of us, this is where we get our really good best friends. Like my best friends are from Young Living, like from meaning doing this business and meeting them. And I've been around the world with these people now. And, it's just an amazing experience, and really one that it makes me, I'm like a little emotional right now because I'm just thinking about all the trips and all the wonderful experiences that we had. And I would never, ever have had that type of level of connection with people without this business. So I am just truly grateful for that. So as we talked about, traveling. So this is again on the far left-hand side, being able to take my parents and of course my husband, and of course some other people were on the leadership cruise as well. We went to Alaska. I mean, that was on my bucket list forever. And with Young Living, I had that opportunity to go with the most important people in my life, my closest friends and my absolute family. I would never, ever have had that opportunity to do that unless Young Living was in my life. I've been on the silver, gold, and platinum retreats. As you can see, this is actually outside the distiller. This is our platinum retreat. All of us that went there, and I had friends there, and I met friends that I'll have for life. These are paid trips that Young Living pays. You literally just have to get to the airport, and they pay for everything. Their flights and your accommodation, your food, and they gift you so much. I mean, gosh, when you're there, it's like you have to bring another suitcase just to come home with stuff sometimes. We also have our international convention, which you can see we have a big group of Sprucers that was there from last year. And this year it's online. So that's awesome. So we can all participate, right? We have team building events that we have, like SOAR. There's so many other things. And I see there's a comment. I'm almost done, so I'll get to them in a sec. And again, another reason why we love this opportunity is we don't really need education. Honestly, what you need education in is where to find things. That's literally where you need education. And of course, and you don't really need experience. When I first started sharing with my friends and family, I literally had the desk reference, which is what you see underneath the 12. And that's all I had. And then I learned that there's this thing called a Young Living blog. And there's a website called oiltestimonials.com. And now we have tons of resources for our team, like our Sprucer Clubhouse website. So you earn while you learn. Don't think you need to be the expert, because guess what? I just was talking to someone who literally just got their kit and said they wanted to share, and they were talking to their friend based off just the information they've learned in our Sprucer Clubhouse Facebook page. They're like, wow, I understand now when you said, I know more than they do. Because that's true. As soon as you pick up an oil, you probably know more than the person who does not have an oil, just because you've actually used it, or you can see what it can do for you. And you have just that little bit of knowledge, right? So don't be the expert. It actually sometimes goes against you. And I've learned that myself. Facts tell, but stories sell. So what does that mean? Is that experience the products. Use a product like Super B. We know B vitamins are what? Good for energy. Use our Ninja Red Juice. Use the oils. Whatever it is for you, tell your story. Tell how it made you feel, and you will be successful. Again, these are some of our other resources. We have so many resources. I think out of all the teams and probably all the world, I think we have the most resources, from printed materials to like our trail guide book, which is kind of our resource book that we have, that is just full of tons of information and recipes. Plus we have an online group and like a Facebook group. We have our website that we deal with that is full of information, and of course it's mobile friendly. And we have these events like this, and of course in-person events when we're allowed. And that's actually what makes our tribe so pretty special. So again, I put this together. I just like the top. I use this in part of our training, just building confidence, really confidently soar to your success. And the mindset needs to be there. You have all the tools and resources. It's really where the people lack is action. So if you put the mindset, if you change your mindset and understand that you can be successful to whatever level you want to be, that's what I want to be clear. You have to define that level of where you want to be on this chart, and you utilize the tools available in our team. If you take action, you will be successful. And that is the truth. All right. So the last but not least, I call it Lucky 13. So Young Living truly cares. And this is actually, a lot of people, I think Monia, you said it best, and Monia actually will be talking in a second, but the Young Living Foundation was one of the reasons why she wanted to do the business. And I'll let her talk about that in a second, but it really actually touched her heart. And why is that? Is because every single dime that is donated to the Young Living Foundation, obviously it's a charity, goes directly to the people in need. There's any administrative costs is actually covered by the company of Young Living. So if I put in $1, that dollar literally goes to things like people that are dealing with sex trafficking rings, and to help those people in need, or people in different places that are dealing with malaria and they need mosquito nets, and all these different things that the Young Living Foundation, they partner with these different associations, and they just basically leverage our donations to help support that. And it's a phenomenal, please just Google it. I'm not going to go too much farther, but other than to say, I love this quote by Gary Young, I never make a product for a profit, I make it for a purpose. And I think once you experience the oils and or the products, you actually can feel that. It's not, Young Living is not out to, make a dime. You know what I mean? Like, they're not out to grab your money, and they're not a greedy place. They donate millions upon millions to the foundation and other organizations. Like right now, they have so much going out with regards to helping with this quarantine and the COVID stuff, right? And again, you can look on their website for all the different things that they're supporting. But what I just want to show you is that these products, they're produced to enhance your life, your quality of life. And Young Living truly cares. They keep products in stock that only a few people are ordering because those few people are still ordering. And that is not something a company does. That is not a cost-effective thing. Young Living is a multi-billion-dollar company. Most companies don't do stuff like that. They're like, nope, the masses are not ordering it, so we're just going to remove it from the product line. That's not what they do. They keep it in stock, which is absolutely, it's like mind-blowing. Anyways, the things that they have done, again, it basically gives the chance to make a difference in the lives of those around you. This is what Young Living gives us. So I just wanted to finish with this, and then I'm going to have Monia come on. But whose lives do you want to change? Your families, your friends, your life? Everything in your life is a reflection of the choice that you have made. If you want to make or have a different result, make a different choice. And I absolutely love that, because I think that's where we're at. It's what you want to do. So I have actually asked Monia to come on. Monia is actually one of our gold leaders, and she has been the top enroller for Canada, so all of Canada, for almost all of 2019. And I haven't seen the numbers in 2020 yet, because they haven't posted, but I'm pretty sure based on what I've seen, she's probably still up there. But all of 2019, or almost all of 2019, she was the top enroller. So I just wanted her to come on quickly, tell her story, why she started with Young Living, and also provide you just some tips that she found helpful. Because as you're starting out this business, you want to hear from the top people of how you're enrolling, or just some tips to find out how to be successful. So Monia, I'm just going to unmute you here. And thanks for joining us. I'm just so happy that you're able to join with us today. So I'm going to put myself on mute, and I'll just let you take it away. So thanks.
Hello, everyone. How I started my Young Living business back 3 years ago is I went to an event, and my girlfriend that I knew was there selling Young Living. So that same year I was going in for a hysterectomy, and I was talking to her like that, and she said, yeah, you need like the kid diffusing. She was explaining a little bit, but she says you also need this oil PPP. So this is how I started my journey in Young Living. I didn't even know anything about the oils. I didn't even know peppermint was good for a headache. I knew zilch about Young Living. And actually, when I got home, I went into my cupboard and I had actually 2 oils, lemongrass and thieves, that I had bought like 10 years ago, that they were not even open. So I brought the kid home, and whatever, that was October. And I started reading, and we had like this trail guide, and I started reading a bit on it. And then I went on Pinterest, learned a little bit. Then I started helping people at my son's school. So with a little girl with anxiety, and she couldn't sleep, and lavender and peace and calming was helping her. And then it was helping my son who was bullied at school. And I was like, what is this stuff? You know, and then what happened, I ended up going for a hysterectomy. So I was home doing nothing. So literally what I did is I read and I read and I read, and it's like Christmas time came, and all these people wanted the oils because they knew what it was doing to me and my son. So the next thing I know, I get a $500 and some odd dollar check, and I was like, what is this? Because I had sold so many kits over the December month. I was in awe. So what I did after that, starting that March of that year, I went online. I started doing little events, and starting to share the product. So literally, my son was like, "Mom, can you talk about anything else but oils?" And it's like, no, like I need to share this. So I've been sharing for literally 3 years, and yeah, that's all I post. And I post that and my cat. Those are the people that are important in my life. Not so much my kids, but my cat and my oils. That's what's important to me. So literally, that's how the whole thing started. And I just love helping people. When people come to me and say, oh my God, Monia, I feel so good. Oh my God, Monia. To me, that's why I do Young Living for, and I want the business, and I want to do this. So when we do events, when we do like Zoom, when we do events at the OAC, and you guys come, we learn so much just by, like Christina said earlier, we don't need to be specialists in oils. Everything is there for us. So we open an app, the oil will be there. It will tell you peppermint, oh, it's good for, you put it here, it's good for when you feel sick, you feel nauseous. You put it here, it's good for headache. So you don't need to go to school for that. We have books, and we have, I bought this, which Christina posted it. This to me is, oh my God, I love this book. And I'll just show you something quickly. This is how obsessed I was about reading. See all of this? So this is how I learned about the oils, about, our supplements, and I would put tabs. So when I did an event or whatever, I was like, they would ask me about a certain oil. I was like, oh, I got it. I was like, open my book and tell them. And then a lot of times I would be like, here, you can look too. So, but what I want to say in all of this, because I have the book, but when I first did my first class at somebody's house, we have a trail guide, okay? I didn't know anything, okay? Just like any of you, I did not know anything. So when you open the trail guide, literally the kit of oil, every single oil is here. That comes in the box. And if I knew that I was going to talk today, I would have brought a box out so I could show you. But, it's like I'm trying to grab everything, So this here, so let's say you start your class and you want to talk about these. It tells you all there how to use it, how to use it to, sorry, now my phone, of course, is ringing. Like aroma, ingestion, topical, and other use. It's all there. So, it's very easy to do a class, and then if you want to talk about the Thieves product, everything is in here. So that's what I mean. This is what I did to be where I am today. And there's not a day that doesn't go by that I will not spend at least an hour on my business. You know, if you go to work, you go from 9 to 5 or whatever it is. So for me, I'm home, I get up, I have my coffee, I come in my room and I search things, I post it on Instagram, Facebook, and we have it all for you guys to post it there. We have a website that you go in there, it's all in a Spruce trunk, you take it from there and you upload it on your Instagram. So we have it all for you to be successful. But you also, you wanting the business, it's all you also. You can't expect anybody else to do the business for you, you know. So if you dedicate 1 hour, just 1 hour a day of doing a post or calling someone or sending them a postcard or anything like that, you also can be successful, you know. So I love the product for myself. I started using it for me first, and when I find out what it did for me, I wanted to share with everybody. And not only that, in the Spruce tribe, at my work that I worked for 24 years, I didn't even like the people I work with. You know, like I was not even friends with them. You know, I would go to work and if they would say hi, I'm like, yeah, whatever. You know, for 24 years. And then we have like meetings, we go to the center and it's like Liz, like she lives far away from me. So when I see her, I'm so happy to see her. I'm like, hey Liz, how are you doing? And it's like we hug and it's like, you know, we have meetings, we all talk and we like, it's such an amazing community. You know, not only that we have the oils for us and stuff like that and we share that, but it's also the community. So it doesn't matter if it's a cross line or not. When you do events, reach out to somebody. You know what I mean? So like if Megan, for some reason, like she would say, Moni, you want to come and do an event with me? We'll do it together. It doesn't matter if we're not on the same team. This is what the Blue Spruce Club is about. It's about us sharing. We did a Lucy Libido. I phoned Megan and we ended up talking. I'm like, you're going to stand there with me, right? She's like, I'm like, yeah, you are. You know? So it's just like, when you don't feel like comfortable, there'll be one of us that you can stand there with, even if you don't say anything, it doesn't matter. But at least just knowing that you have that support from that other person that's coming with you, you know. So that's why this Young Living business, it's so easy to do. It's not hard at all, but you just need to share and talk about it. You know, don't be shy about talking about it, you know, to your friends. And I say to people, like when I first started, what I tried to do every night, I would try to find out something about a product. I researched a little bit more of the oils at the beginning. So I would, okay, what does peppermint do? That's all I would read that night. Then the next night I would be like, what does lavender do? I would read up on lavender. So every single oil in the kit, I was trying to learn what it does. I didn't try to go too far into, because we have so many oils, but I say to people, if you learn your kit, sell your kit. But now what I know now is I tell people, learn your kit and learn about the Thieves Cleaner and learn about vitamin B, like our Super B, because I didn't realize how amazing vitamin B is for us and our Ninja Red. So those are the little product that I'll say, you don't need to go into way more than that. Just go into just that, just the main products that we use every day. And this is what I teach. And this is what I tell my people to do, you know, and people are loving the products. They're loving our vitamins. They're loving our thieves, our oils, you know. So yeah, so that's like, I could go on and on about how.
Well, no, I totally, you know what, actually you hit the nail on the head though, or exactly what I just said, Monia, is that these are products that they have in their homes already. And all you're trying to show them is that there's a plant-based, healthier solution that Young Living carries. So we're not saying people to, you know, take more money out of their pocket and, you know, extend their expenses. We're saying, hey, whatever you already have in your house, like a supplement, vitamin C, I'm sure everyone has vitamin C, or a cleaner or whatever that may be, just swap it out for something greener, something more healthy for you. And it's whether you care about the environment or not, doesn't even matter. It's really about actually your health and well-being and how it makes you feel. And you will feel significantly different. So I see that there's two questions that are the same here. So thank you, Monia, for sharing that. Again, super grateful, and you know I love you. So,
But not only that too, when you do the business, even when you first start for the first year, which I want people to understand, because a lot of people don't, you spend 100 PV a month. That 100 PV is actually deductible on your taxes. So I say to people that first year, you know, enjoy yourself, enjoy the oils, enjoy sharing, you know, and all of that cheap, you're going to be deducting that 100 PV, which is 150, let's say $150 a month times 12. That's all going on your income tax, which is phenomenal also. You know what I mean? So that's why I also try to explain to people, they think they're spending the money, but sometimes some money is not coming in, but it will come in. You know what I mean?
yeah, absolutely. So just to answer the question here. So same question is, can you will your account to your children who already have a Young Living account? So yes, but there are some nuances to that. Most times they do have to give up their account, or most people, what they do by the time, you know, you're willing your account, they already either have children or like a sister or someone that they can transfer their account to. So most times that's what happens, right? So they'll transfer their account to someone else, whether it be their child, because you can also transfer an account to a child in trust, right? So until they become of age. In the on the US side, I think it's 16, and Canada right now it's 18. So until they become of age, it's an in trust. And then also, of course, then they can take over your account should they want to. So, and or if they're not wanting to, even if you will it to them, they can sell your account to someone else, right? Because it's an asset, right? Even if you're making $300 a month, that's $300 extra a month that you know, someone else was not making, right? And so it's important to understand, right? As you grow your business and as you saw the numbers, the paycheck does increase, right? Again, as Monia said, and I've said, if you're working that business. And so, and I think today, literally, this is just an opportunity over you just to show you what the possibilities are, you know, and whose lives do you want to change, including your own, right? And so we hope that you really just enjoyed this. And I'm sure if you have any questions, the person that sent you this video, that Sprucer or whoever else, if it's a friend or family, please go back to them and you know, have that discussion. And if you're on our team and you want to learn more, first, obviously, talk to your enroller. But we also have a group called Blue Spruce Biz. We have lots of information in there, and we also have training on our website. And really, it's just about engaging with the community and just asking questions within the community. Because as you can see, there's lots of us that can share with you our experiences, and they're all different. That's what I think also people need to know. We all have different backgrounds. Some people come from corporate. Some people, like myself, more science-based. Some people are just stay-at-home moms, and they have the hardest job, actually, in my opinion. You know, from what I see with so many children sometimes. And it's not about where we come from. It's about how we can just come together as community and just support each other. So if I were to sign up with this type of income, go against me as a self-employed relief benefit, having been able make a couple bucks a month starting out will not improve me for the monthly benefit. That is something I assume you're talking about right now, basically, with all the different benefits. Is that what you're talking about, Laura? With regards to, yes? Okay. So I'd have to read that to see what it says. I don't think so, because we actually get paid monthly, and part of the requirement is actually if you get paid bi-weekly, obviously you don't qualify. But if it's beyond that, then you do qualify. So it just depends on what type of benefit. So I wouldn't be afraid, in my opinion, but again, I'm not a lawyer or anything like that. So that's a question that I would definitely just direct to the government, FAQs, or just give them a call or send them an email. And I would just ask that. So anyways, yeah, I think we should just wrap up here. I just want to thank everyone for joining us today. And again, if you have any further questions, please go back to the person that shared this webinar with you. And we're all here to help you. And I'm just super grateful and just grateful for everyone being healthy that's on the call here. And again, stay safe, stay protected, oil up, and wish you guys all the best for the weekend ahead. So have a great day, guys.
Bye.
Bye.